Moving on, the nation's most wanted criminals have nothing on our next guest. Child advocate Callahan Walsh is teaming up with his father and icon of justice, John Walsh, to track down the worst of the worst in a brand new series coming to Investigation Discover. Callahan joins me now to discuss it. Callahan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alex. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for joining me. So, first of all, I have to ask you, what led you to become a child advocate in the first place?
Well, as many people know, in 1981, my brother Adam Walsh was kidnapped in South Florida and was never seen from again. And I grew up in a family that said, we need to make sure that Adam didn't die in vain, and if his song is to continue, then we must do the singing. My parents, John and Eve Walsh, co-founded the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children shortly after Adam's disappearance. And it's an organization that's gone on to help recover over 280,000 missing children. And so I grew up in this family that had this horrible tragedy, but saddled up. We fight back. And that's what my parents have been doing since day one. That's the work that's done at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and what's done on this show as well.
Right, and clearly there's a legacy of good work. So let's talk about the show a little bit more and what people can expect from it when it airs tonight.
So I know the public is very familiar with America's Most Wanted, and similar to that, we're going after some of the worst of the worst. We're profiling these criminals where we need the public's tips. We're going after some real bad guys and trying to get justice for families who haven't gotten it. It took 27 years to get justice for Adam's case, and meeting with these families and talking with them, I understand the pain that they're going through, and we're trying everything that we can to get justice for them, shining a white-hot spotlight on these criminals, making the world a lot smaller place, and engaging with the public and relying on them, harnessing them as a powerful tool for law enforcement to get tips directly to us that we can provide intel to law enforcement. Remember, anybody that gives us a tip, they can remain anonymous. We're not going to subpoena you. We're not going to ask your name. We just want those tips. We just want to find out where these perpetrators are so we can get justice for these families.
Well, and the fact is this happens all over the country. As a matter of fact, close to home here in Scottsdale, there's a case. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, it's a case that I covered on In Pursuit with John Walsh, and in fact a case that we had covered on America's Most Wanted as well. It dates back to 1994. Gloria Schultz was a woman that struck and killed Angela Maher in a DUI accident. Angela was a young, budding college student who actually, and horrifically, ironically, started the Students Against Drunk Driving chapter at her high school and was ultimately killed by a drunk driver. She was even headed to a local bar to pick up one of her friends who had been drinking that called Angela and said, hey, I've been drinking, could you come pick me up? Angela was on her way and was struck and killed by Gloria Schultz. Gloria took off, has been on the run ever since, and we want to get justice for this family. I've interviewed Rose Maher, Angela's mother. She's reeling. She is a tenacious woman, has tried everything that she can to get justice in her daughter's case. Investigators have been trying everything, but this woman has eluded law enforcement, and we're hoping the public can bring her in.
It is wild how this can happen right in our own backyard. And Callahan, before I let you go, obviously it airs tonight, premieres tonight. Do you have a watch party planned? What are you going to do?
We do. We're here in New York City right now, an event at the Paley Center. It's going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to the premiere. We've got incredible support from the followers of Investigation Discovery and all of their fans. Really looking forward to our premiere. I know we're going to get some great captures this season. We can always rely on the public. They always do the right thing. They send us their tips, and we're going to get some good captures. I know it.
Well, congratulations on the show, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. In Pursuit with John Walsh premieres tonight on Investigation Discovery, and stay right where you are. We'll be right back.